Welcome to Section 420, Talkin Yankees, the podcast. Well, Clark Schmidt flirts with a no-hitter, but is yanked early there in a 9-0 win against the Orioles there, and get a little controversy of why didn't Boone let him in there, but I think that was the right decision. So since it's a kind of special situation for one game there, I guess we'll review it. So this will be the Clark Schmidt non-no-hitter episode. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this podcast, Section 420, Talkin Yankees, the podcast, wherever you get your favorite podcast. And there's also a YouTube version of the show, a video version of the show. Go to YouTube, search for Section 420, Talkin Yankees, and subscribe there as well. So the Yankees bounced back from the Friday night opening loss, 5-3 to Baltimore, and which is kind of annoying there because you finally salvage that final game against the Angels, and you get the Baltimore coming in here, and you figure, all right, let's start putting something together there after losing 6 in a row. Dropped the game 5-3 there, and there's some things you can point out that game. Maybe Boone wasn't a good spot for Boone to bring Weaver in there in the 8th inning there of a tied game. Use him for his closer, but I understand you want to get him in there, get some work. Nevertheless, didn't work out for the Yankees, but the focus will be on Clark Schmidt in the Saturday bounce-back game where, again, he went 7 no-hit innings. And, of course, people wondering, why didn't send him out there? This is old, what about old-school baseball? Let him go for the no-hitter there. So I think Boone made the right call on that. Yeah, sure, I would like to see Clark Schmidt go out there and perhaps battle it. But even Schmidt admitted himself he was kind of fatigued out there. It wasn't a nice day. It was like 86 degrees there. And that's just, on the field, probably more with the heat there bearing down on him. At the point in the 7th inning, he'd thrown his 103rd pitch, which is a career high for him. And even Boone noticed that he was laboring through that final 7th inning there where, all right, could he physically gone out and try that there? But how many pitches do you think Clark Schmidt's going to go? His career high is 103. What are you going to push him to 120 for the no-hitter there? That's even if you could get it. So I think Boone made the right call there. So for all the people that want to complain about, the baseball, the game's changed and all that stuff, and wanting to send them out there and all that. Yeah, but that's the thing. The game has changed there. Right? These guys don't throw 140 pitches, 150 pitches there. And I just don't want to see, Schmidt going out there getting hurt, and then he's on the IL for a couple of weeks. Just because you extended him and stretched him. Remember him with the Mets and Johan Santana. Obviously, they let him go for his perfect game. Great, he got it. But then after that, his career was over. He was just never the same pitcher because they made him. He went like 134 pitches or something ridiculous like that. The one perfect game in Mets history, great. But then your career's finished there. Now I don't think it would have been that dramatic with Clark Schmidt. He's a younger guy, but Schmidt's not that type of guy. And if you want to look at his previous start, he went in 7 2/3 inning. He pitched into the 8th inning against the previous start against the Angels. Now it's the game the Yankees lost 1-0, but he pitched into the 8th inning. Now he only threw 97 pitches that game, but you understand too, you're getting up, that's 8 innings you're getting up, you're warming up, stuff like that. So even if the pitch count is 97, you also got to count the warm-up pitches in that and getting up and getting down. And now he's doing it 2 starts in a row. So look, hey, very impressive by Schmidt. Basically, if you want to take 7 2/3 innings there plus the 7th inning in this game, that's 14 2/3 innings of shutout baseball by Clark Schmidt there. So good job on his end there, but there was no way he was going to go more than, again, the 103 pitches there. Again, in this weather, very muggy and fatiguey, 86 degree weather out there. And again, he kind of struggled to get through that 7th inning. Again, Boone, he got his eye on the ball there in terms of mechanics and stuff there. So I think Boone made the right call. I know it's annoying, but that's just the way the game is. These guys, either they throw 100 pitches or they go 5-6 innings and that's it there. So unless you got a real economical pitch count, there was no way he's going to let Clark Schmidt do that. Now again, it wasn't going to be a perfect game. It was going to be a no-hitter because in the 4th inning he hit Ryan O'Hearn, but still with all that in mind, it was the right call by Boone. Again, you want to keep Clark Schmidt for long term. Again, still have half more to go there, so you don't want to stretch him out more than you could and fatigue him. So I thought it was the right call for him. And unfortunately, they bring in JT Brubaker back. Again, he had that rib injury during spring training. Came back a couple of days ago. Didn't really get to mention it because it's kind of a, not really kind of a non-story there. But unfortunately, he gives up a single to Gary Sanchez, the former Yankee, which then broke up against the combined no-hitter. But the Yankees would go on and win anyway by a score of 9-0 against the Baltimore Orioles. Got a couple home runs in there. Trent Grisham, Volpe, Ben Rice as well. Really, at that point, the game was over early. It was matter, would Schmidt get the no-hitter or not? But again, after the 7th inning, Boone took him out, and Schmidt kind of knew it too, and said all the right things. And it looks like when he got to the dugout, it was like he argued to stay in the game. Like that, he knew he was done. And not that Schmidt has that sort of footing. Like a Garrett Cole could kind of like fight the manager to stay in a game like that, but a Clark Schmidt is not going to fight the manager to stay in a game like that. He just doesn't have that clout there. So good news, the Yankees win there. Clark Schmidt, yeah, it would be nice to see no-hitter, but Boone made the right call there. I don't think it should be seen as controversial. And why throw him out there just for sake? Well, this is old school baseball. Get out there. Okay, great. You throw a few more pitches. pitches now. Now you guys hurt, and he's on the IL for 2 months. Who knows like that? So Boone made the right call. Go with it. It's not it's not the worst thing in the world. Again, and at that point anyway, the perfect game was gone. Maybe it was a perfect game. Maybe you scratch your head a little bit more upset about it. But again, it is what it is. Sometimes you just can't control things. The weather, you're up at 103 pitches, you're done. Clark Schmidt doesn't go more than that. So, you're not going to push the guy. So it was all the right call. So that's the episode. We'll catch you next time.